Hey, all it's time to beam me up, Scotty.
What the heck does that mean?
Don't you even... Here you are. You're all dressed up in Star Trek. Now, admittedly, I don't know a whole lot about Star Trek. I've never been a Trekkie. I know a lot of folks are, so this show is for you.
Did you do a lot of research on terminology and stuff before we started?
No, that's like a common phrase for Star Trek. Beam me up, Scotty?
Never heard of it.
Good grief. When the Star Trek people would be on other planet or whatever they are, and then you had the Starship Enterprise up here. When they wanted to go back to the Starship, they'd say, beam me up, Scotty, and Scotty would beam them up.
Who's Scotty?
He's the guy that's in the Starship.
If it's not completely apparent, I've never seen Star Trek. I've never seen Star Wars. I'm sure I'm going to get absolutely just roasted. Called very uncultured in the comments, but I figured what better way than to dress up like what's the Captain Kirk and look. No,
I don't think I don't know who you are.
That's Spock. I ordered these on Amazon a couple days ago, and they arrived.
Well, it'd be a nice thing in the comments if you all know who he really looks like on Star Trek. Let us know because I don't know either. I'm thinking like Dr. Spock, maybe. Was he the one in the blue shirt? I know he had the dark hair, but I can't remember if it looked like that.
I don't know. The wig's very itchy, and I have like this little mullet in the back here. I'm looking probably pretty good. Can't wait to edit this video tonight. But in case, well,
I have tears already.
The reason for this whole giddy up here is we have something that I've had sitting in my bedroom for quite a while, and it's obviously not because I'm a Star Trek fan. We just haven't gotten around to reviewing it, and I think on this little badge here is the logo for the Star Trek.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, wait.
Kind of matches what's on your shirt.
Yeah, it actually does quite well.
Right.
This was, without a doubt, the coolest packaging that I've ever seen on a product before. It's not just this like hexagonal situation. Do you want to do the honors here?
Oh, sure. I did this earlier, and I was like, wait, what's going on right here? Wait, ready? What is that?
It's pretty cool.
I have no idea where you got this. He brought this down here, and I was just dumbfounded.
I was too a little bit, especially when I opened it. I don't know what I was expecting. It wasn't this fancy light situation. This is a Star Trek Spirits made a Star Trek bourbon.
Get out of here.
No.
So this is bourbon.
This is bourbon. It is a 7-year-old bourbon. I'm going to take it out of this.
7-year-old bourbon.
Take it out of this thing.
Yeah,
We'll give that a little shut there. This is Captain's Table Private Reserve. This is a limited edition, batch 2, bottle number 7.
Captain's Table.
This is 127 proof.
Holy cow.
And I did distilled and bottled by Tamar Distillery, Inc., Redwood Valley, California. And this is a trademark of CBS Studios, so hopefully we don't get DMCA'd for this video.
Hey, we're reviewing their product, that's all.
And we haven't opened this yet, and surprisingly...
who knew it even existed?
Surprisingly, I did do a little bit of research on this bottle.
You did?
Yes.
That's incredible.
This is a 7-year-old bourbon.
Okay.
Made by, insert name here, because I did forget. I looked at it right before I got here. There's a lot going on down here in the basement.
There is.
And
we got a lot going on upstairs, a lot going on in the basement.
Oh, whoa, wait, what?
My daughter's here too. Trenton's sister Raquel, her dog's here, and you almost broke the glass.
This is magnetic, apparently.
The dog tried to bite Trenton. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why.
The dog's friendly as all get out. He won't get off my lap, but...
He pees on me anytime I see him, and then he growled and almost bit me today.
He tried to snag him in the leg not that long ago, so I'm not sure what's up with that.
Maybe it's because I'm looking like Captain Spock or whoever.
Probably. He probably believes it.
Yeah. So apparently there's this little coin thing here, and the packaging is very neat. I will say it's very on kind of par with the thing.
Okay.
Obviously we just opened it, so this is the first time we're tasting it.
Wow.
So I guess let's let
let's
it rip here.
Pour mine too. Any idea of cost on this fine bottle?
I do, and we'll save that until the end.
Oh boy.
Because that's the kicker here.
Oh boy.
And I know that they're coming. There was a batch 1 last year.
Get on. There was a batch 1 last year.
This is batch 2. I think it's an annual.
I'm sorry. I guess batch 2 just went right over my head.
Yeah, this is batch 2. So there's one last year, and on their website, I think it's StarTrekSpirits.com. There is a batch 3 It's not released yet, but batch 1 and 2 are sold out. So I don't know if they're going for the whole Star Trek kind of fan base here, and that's the appeal, and you got one. I'd be interested to know if anybody else has tried this before. But
hey, there are tons and tons of Star Trek maniacs out there. There really is. I've just never been one, but I know there's plenty out there that are over-the-top Star Trek fans. If the aromas are indicative of anything we're about ready to taste here, they're already pretty good. I haven't even brought the glass to my nose yet.
No, I'm actually pleasantly surprised. Usually I feel like when we review something that has a little bit more of a gimmick to it, it's usually just
100%.
eh.
Yep.
But it's a 7-year, so I'm hoping that it's not too shabby. 127 proof. 127 proof.
Yeah, buddy, honestly, I mean, that's kind of like that's to me is a quintessential bourbon aroma. There's nothing magnificent about it. However, it's got the brown sugar. It's got a little molasses. Definitely got a little bit of oak in there. I don't know.
It's got this like really kind of pleasant sweetness to it.
I know.
Like a burnt butterscotch of some sort, or like a sweetener maybe. Mm-hmm. Stevia. Okay. What's that? Splenda? Right.
Splenda.
A little burnt Splenda.
Okay.
I'm actually pleasantly surprised with the nose.
Yeah.
Even more scared for the palate.
Yeah.
Beat me up, Scotty.
Indeed.
I'm like flipping I'm gonna start growing my hair out this long, I think.
That's pretty good.
Actually?
That's pretty hot, though, for the first sip of the evening. I'll say that. Woo! That tastes every bit of 127 proof.
Yeah, Kurt's going to be out for a bit, so we got to film 4 videos tonight, and this is the first.
Got a little vacation coming up.
Yeah, so we're starting off strong with this one.
Yeah, you are. You're putting the wood to me right off the bat there, son.
No, the captain's table there is.
It is.
Or Kirk or Spock or whoever.
That's a first taste, but I'm shocked. I mean, I've never tasted something that good that's this gimmicky. I just haven't.
I honestly have not either.
Now, I can't say it's absolutely incredible. It's not going to beat. It's not going to beat one of my favorite Elijah Craig barrel proof releases.
Right.
You know, it's not that, but it's awfully good.
Yeah.
It really is.
I honestly have never heard of this Tamar distillery. And the only other distillery I know of out of California would be Redwood Empire. Mm-hmm. So Redwood Valley, Redwood Empire. I don't know if there's any kind of similarity between the two, apart from the fact that they're in California. I honestly was expecting this to be bad.
Yeah,
I'll just say I'll go out on a limb and say that.
Yeah, I did too. I thought it'd be absolutely horrible because a lot of them are, but this is actually pretty enjoyable. I thought that second sip on the back end, a little bit into the finish, it gets a tiny bit astringent, just a little bit. That oak gets a little drying, a little astringent on the back end. But I don't know, man. There's some baking spices in there too. It's not as sweet as it appeared to be in the aromas for me.
I get like a little bit of a cigar-y kind of tobacco note.
Excellent.
And it's a little, it's got a little cherry in it, maybe a smidge of vanilla. Mm-hmm. If this wasn't the price that it was, I would buy it often.
Here we go.
Do you want to take a guess?
Trent, in looking at this beautiful packaging, and I perfectly understand the aura that surrounds Star Trek, so I'm gonna have to say $400.
$347.
Well, I'm not too far off the beaten path. $347.
And I think I tried Googling it. I think there's some specific resemblance or like a reason that they price it at that. It might have something to do with the number of a ship or a number of a purse. I don't know if it's. I have no idea. Yeah. There was a lot. I saw a bunch of Funko Pops come up on Google when I was searching, and I couldn't find a definitive answer of what 347 resembled or stood for in this franchise. I can only imagine it has something to do with that.
What popped up?
A Funko Pop?
No.
They're like these little figurines.
I got nothing on
They're
that.
like these little figurines.
Okay.
I will say this was not as bad as I thought it was. The only thing that is not good about this is the price.
Yeah.
If you are Star Trek fan and you are on the cusp of running out of things to collect or something, if you're a big fan of bourbon or whiskey or whatever,
Yeah.
and you're looking for something
Yeah.
to collect, I could see this
Yeah.
as a big collector's item.
And that's 100% positive, because this, if somebody keeps this, let's just say, for example, you're more in tune with this than I am by far.
Uh-oh.
So if you keep it packaged and you never open it and say 20 years later, hey, look, I got this Star Trek bottle.
Yeah.
You think it'd be worth double the $350? I don't know.
I know nothing about the collector's markets for movies and stuff. I know
Yeah.
that there's a ton of like Star Wars, Star Trek, that kind of thing, and like Coca-Cola collectors and stuff. But apart from how those things kind of trend on a secondary market or an aftermarket or whatever, I have no idea. I know a lot of people that do collect stuff though that will never open it ever, and it's just something to sit down and enjoy visually.
Some of that butterscotch came through a little bit on that sip. It's pretty good.
If
It's pretty good.
if you were to drop the price down to like $147,
Sure, $150.
it would be a little bit more of a conversation. Not saying that I would spend $147 on it for what is in it, but in terms of, I think they really nailed the collector's market with this for a franchise.
Yeah. Yeah, and I have to give them credit too, because not for the price point, but at least they source some bourbon that's pretty darn good.
Yeah.
You know, it's not some garbage that you pour. That's usually what you get. I mean, honestly, we've tasted quite a few of these novelty type releases, celebrity releases, and a big majority of them are just not good at all. This one's pretty decent.
I would say in terms of a gimmick or a celebrity type of a thing, I think this is probably at the top of the list. And not because of the price. The price is the absolute worst thing about this bottle. But in terms of the liquid inside, honestly, if I bought this at $70, I'd say this is a heck of a deal. $347? Not for me.
No, not for us, but neither one of us are Star Trek fans. You've never even seen one movie.
Nope.
Or
Never
watched the actual. I'm old enough where I watched quite a few of the actual TV shows.
Oh, there was a TV show?
Sure was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know nothing about it. So.
Yeah, and honestly, I think I've only seen one or two of the actual movies. I'm
Okay.
not big into that, but of course, yeah, I watched some of the TV shows. So
Cool. Well, I mean, for what it's worth, good juice. Terrible price.
yeah,
Apparently, the price is good enough for some because the batch 1 and 2 have sold out on their website, and I can only imagine that batch 3 is going to also.
Yep.
And if you are a collector of these items and you are
Yeah.
satisfied with the purchase, whether you drink it or not, I'm glad you're able to get it.
Yep.
It's a really kind of a cool novelty around a very beloved TV show. Is it a movie?
it
they have
started
one?
as a TV series, and
Okay.
then there's quite a few movies. I'm not even sure how many, so I apologize. We don't have the actual data for Star Trek movies and or TV series, but I think there's 5, 6, or 7.
I'm the emo Spock here.
Oh, what will it be next?
We'll give this a little spin around here.
What will it be? You almost look like the Beatles there.
Who? No, I know who the Beatles are. All right. Ooh, my ear's really itching here.
We better cut this show off because Trent's hurting over here. That's for sure. All right, well, that's all we have for you today. Thank God. So, I hope you enjoyed it. If you're a Star Trek fan and you collect Star Trek memorabilia, this might be for you. As always, we ask you to please drink responsibly. See you next time. Right down here with Trent and me in the good old basement bourbon bar, just having some fun. See you later.